Hello, YouTube. This is Jedi Sentinel 99 here, back again with another Star Wars review video. So yeah, I'm gonna review the last 4 of the Book of Caseus, and this is gonna be just non-spoiler review because I want everyone to watch these 4 here because these are, well, a lot that went down, and they're just well, I don't want to say it. It's going to be difficult for me not to explain as much for the story. It's best for you guys um to have the experience for yourself. So I'll have the link to the playlist down below the description box so you guys could listen to them for yourself. So, yeah, we have Jedi Exile, Jedi Master, Ashes of the Order, and Jedi Redeemed. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. So Jedi Exile takes place like a week later after the events of the Inner Storm, where Caseus is still in a, depression, dealing with, the struggles, everything like that, with food and everyone, until he come across a farmer named Sabo, trying to have a new life to be a farmer until things just not go as well. Until, well, he come across a mother and a little girl who is strong in the Force, and Cassius just cannot ignore that he wants to train her the ways of the Force. But it's basically like a slice, kind of like a slice of life for Cassius to trying to be a farmer and trying to be a normal life and not be a Jedi. And Sabo, the father figure for Cassius, and Sabo is the original character along with other characters like the little girl named Liara and her mother are fan-made characters that were made by Concordia himself. And the original plan that there was one scene where Cassius goes to was it the Jedi? Wait, was it the Jedi Master or Exile? I cannot remember. I can't remember along those areas. I think it was this one. I think it was this one where Cassius actually goes to the Jedi Temple on Dantooine because, well, Dantooine was the Jedi Order's home planet before it got ruined. If you guys know, at KOTOR, there was a Jedi Temple in Dantooine. The original plan for that is Cassius was supposed to speak Qui-Gon Jinn, but he concluded to change it with a familiar Jedi that you guys know. And I'm not going to say who until you get to that point. So I'm not going to say anything else for Jedi Exile. It's best you guys listen and enjoy this experience. Now, Jedi Master. This story is basically Cassius, it takes place after the events of Jedi Exile and taking Liara for, protecting her because, well, since Cassius has been found, so he has to leave with Liara's safety and dealing with hard time to be responsible and train Liara to be a Jedi Master, which is something that Cassius just wasn't interested in taking on the Padawan of his own. But he has no choice. He had to because basically for her safety and able how to control her power. So the story sexually tells a story that Cassius has to learn to accept this responsibility to be a Jedi Master. And to do so, he has to let go of his past. If you guys know, I'll give you a hint. Is to learn to let go of Sarah Keto and let her be at rest. which that leads to the ending, which I'm not going to say. The ending for this was, I felt, like, how do I say, I forgot how I said it, that I just felt it was worth it, and it just felt heartwarming and just felt sadness a bit, but in a good way. And the music choice for the ending was perfect. And the ending shows that Caseus is willing to let go of the things that he holds dear, learn to move forward, and he has something worth fighting for and worth something to live for. Be the Jedi Master, be the responsible Jedi that his master wanted him to be. Not just be a Jedi Master, but be as a father figure to Liara. And that's basically what it is. And you do get a new character in this named Pip, a droid. He's I can't remember the name of the droid. If you remember the Phantom Menace, those little tiny droids that mess with Jar Jar, yeah, that droid. P1P, that's the name, but that's the digit number or digit name or whatever. But they call him Pip. And basically a new droid companion for both Liara and Caseus, even though Caseus just sees Pip annoying. And in the story, Caseus decided to give Liara a choice the first time ever that Caseus never had. So he decided to give her a choice to continue her training as a Jedi or return home on Tatooine. And there is a moment where Liara does speak to someone that, well, you guys could guess. If not, I'll give you a hint. It's similar to Ezra Bridger when him, Kanan, and Ahsoka arrive and return to Lothal to the Jedi Temple in Season 2. Yeah, that should give you a hint right there. So, the Jedi Master was good, and see how Cassius trying to train Liara, how he was trained by both Takai and Dravok to be more easy and more brutal tactic, switch things up a notch, how Liara is. And again, the ending shows that Cassius is willing to let go, move forward, become the responsible Jedi Master like his master before him, and be the father figure that Liara needs because, well, Liara's father, her biological father, was a Jedi. Then he fell in love with Liara's mother. But sadly, her father never came back, died in a mission, and she never tells him that she was pregnant with his child. So we honestly don't know what Jedi he was, or it's just a random Jedi that he fell in love with a woman and she fell in love with him. So let me give you guys the rundown to understand why. So that's a bit of my thoughts on the Jedi Master and my personal opinion. Now, Ashes of the Order, by far my most favorite book of Caseus. At first it was Inner Storm. Inner Storm used to be my number one. But after rethinking and re-listening the book, Ashes of the Order is my number one favorite. And it's the most darkest book in the entire series. And by far, the villain for this is by far my favorite villain that I ever seen from the rest of the book of the Caseus. The main villain name is I can't remember his name, but he goes by Minister. And he is wow. And fun fact, Concordia actually got actual voice actor to voice this character. Like, legit actual voice actor. Even though he used some of the AI voice, or, yeah, some of the voice actings, and some of the characters that I think he voiced all the male characters, and have a female AI do the female voices. But he actually got one actual voice actor to voice this main villain, which is wow. He did a fantastic job for the villain. And it got so dark. But I will not say anything because there's a lot is going on. And you actually get to see a fight scene between the Minister and Caseus, something that you never seen before. It is not lightsabers against lightsaber. It's something that you never expected. And the original plan for this, there's two of them actually that I remember. The original plan for this, that he was originally about to bring Vader into the mix, but he decided not to. And the original plan was the Minister was about to be Caseus' biological father, actual father, but decided not to go along with that. So, yeah, those are the two original plans that was going to happen in the actually the order. The reason why he cuts off having Vader involved from the ending, well, I cannot say the ending because let's just say Cassius made a lot of enemies from I guess from Jedi Exile, or there will be some old enemies from this book, the previous books, towards the ending of this book. Let's just say all those enemies is gonna bite Cassius in the ass. So basically, yeah, Cassius is gonna have a wake-up call, or boy, he should have killed his enemies, but no, that's gonna come bite him in the ass, which that happens in the ending, and I'm not gonna say anything about the ending, except Pip, because, well, he gets destroyed, but, spoiler alert, he gets rebuilt fucking regardless. He's a fucking droid. I don't understand why people be freaked the fuck out, like, oh my god, you killed Pip, you bastard, like, okay, and he's a fucking droid, he gets fucking rebuilt. Who the fuck cares? So yeah, that's a little bit of spoilers I'm going to say, and I'm not going to say anything else. Y'all just have to wait and see for this, because it's by far the most darkest story out of all the 9 books. If you had to ask me, out of all the 9 books is more darker, this is the one. Just, holy shit. It still gives me the goosebumps. Hell, the music choice was perfect for this, as the dark theme to it. Because you guys should know, I like when it comes to dark themes, dark fantasies, dark mature stuff. I'm into the more dark stuff because it just felt right, and you don't see that as much anymore, including in Star Wars. Yeah, there are some dark moments, dark themes, and all that, but I'm talking about like a full story of dark themes. Sure, you got Star Wars Death Trooper, the horror novelization. Yeah, that is very fucking dark, but I'm talking about more than just horror. Just more action adventure, but in dark theme, basically. So, yeah. Now the final book, Jedi Redeemed, which is by far the longest book than the other 8. And the final chapter, oh, you guys were in a treat. The final chapter is like an hour long. Like, wow. And I cannot spoil this because there's a lot. But I'm going to say right now, after what happened to the ending of Ashes of the Order, Caseus, he's not in the right state of mind. He is broken, both physically, emotionally, and mentally, and not in a good place. You think him in the Inner Storm was bad enough? When you get the Jedi Redeem, oh, he's not in a good state. Far worse than the Inner Storm version of himself. Like, 10 times worse, honestly. And I can't say anything else. That all I could say was it was well worth it. It was a good ending for the character, for Caseus. And I cannot say his fate. I cannot say the ending. I cannot say the moment that literally made me cried. Because I literally can't. Because the music choice for one scene that made me cry was so perfect. It's just... and I refuse to re-listen that again after this. Like... just... fuck. You do get to see familiar characters again, but in a more lighter, a more happier tone. It's even talking about, I just felt like, man, my fucking heart is torn. And I can still hear that line. I can still hear the music and Caseus meeting them again in my head. I just could hear it right now. It's just, my God. And after what Caseus gone through, he deserved a peaceful rest and be with the people that he lost. It's just, man, it's just damn. It's so perfect way to end Caseus and his character and the journey he's gone through from a Jedi Padawan, more being your typical younger teenager towards to become, not in a good place, but become more respectful, wise young man, to become become a Jedi Master to the end. Like, you started from him as a Padawan, to knighthood, to a Jedi Master. And in this redemption is basically Cassius redeem himself to be, be himself once again, be an actual Jedi like he was before everything fell apart. And it's just, it was worth it. And I cannot remember if there was any original plan for this. I can't remember. I think there was. If so, then I cannot say, because it might involve, well, you guys basically guess what happened to Cassius, because Vader does get involved, so you basically can guess. So I don't need to say it. If you guys can guess, you guys know. If not, then go watch the actual videos. Go listen to the Book of Cassius when you fully caught up towards Jedi Redeem. So, yeah. I literally have nothing else to say about it. It's just, it felt, that scene still hits me to this day. Especially the ending where Liara is fully grown as a woman, and back home as her home Dantooine. But you guys will learn eventually. And she does meet someone that we aren't too familiar with. So I'm not going to say anything else, because if I say anything, I will actually spoil it. You guys know I'm not good at keeping things not spoiled, because it's hard for me not to spoil anything without going into spoiling. So yeah, that's basically it. So there you have it. Those are my reviews to the rest of the 4 books, the last remaining of the Book of Caseus, Jedi Exile, Jedi Master, Ashes of the Order, and Jedi Redeem. There is some side stories like the Clone Wars Chronicles where you're focusing on other characters besides, well, Cassius and Sarah. You do get to see a side story of other characters like some of the clones of the, I forget the clone division. What was it? The 303 divisions, aka that's led by Takai and Cassius. And side story for Corbin, and so on and so forth. Basically something that never got to seen from the actual Book of Caseus. And there is a prequel to this that focusing on, well, Kakuri Takai, title, well, Takai. I mean, it's still ongoing now, and for now, I want to wait until the book is fully done so I could go and read and re-listen to them again, because it's best for me to wait until all that is out so I could get my actual review of Takai. So be on the lookout for that whenever that day comes or whatever. All in all, that's all I have to say for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to the playlist will be down below the sketch box. You guys know the drill. Links to my other channels, my social medias, will be down below the sketch box. You guys know the drill. If you guys want to donate to support the channel, links to my Cash App and my PayPal will be down below the sketch box and in my bio if you guys want to support the channel. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. And as always, may the Force be with you always.